Good morning, fam. This is a typical morning in the truck before I get my day started. Did a late delivery last night, and I drove till about 10 o'clock because I wanted to get closer to the Florida-Georgia border. And by doing so, I set myself up for a more productive day today. So I'm in the truck. I'm in what we call the sleeper berth. And I'm feeling real lazy because I have the world's best mattress in this truck. Some memory foam, something that's, great. But I've been sitting here. I love watching my YouTubes, and that's what I've been doing this morning. So I'm going to give you a pan on of what I'm looking at here. Hold on one second. So if I look on now, if you know me, there's my refrigerator, freezer, microwave, coffee station. Of course, I'm watching a documentary on Antarctica, and it's been pretty cool, man. This stuff they're doing with the whales has been pretty cool. I can't do anything for probably about 30 more minutes. I'm stuck here, so what I'm gonna do is get my butt up. I try to eat oatmeal every morning, helps with the blood pressure, and get my day started. So might as well bring y'all with me as I usually do. It's Wednesday, by the way. Done did 3 loads yesterday, 2 on Monday. Tia has been awesome. Tia's my dispatcher, keeping me running. We had a death in the family, and Tia said, well, Gus, I'm not gonna let you leave. You're gonna stay close. You can be close to home. So that's what we've been dealing with here this last couple of days. So hang tight, and I'm going to get my lazy butt out of bed. One thing I didn't show you is if I kind of come around here, here's my 409. My remote stays on Velcro so I can easily reach it. You can't really see back here, but the iPad, the controls for the air conditioning and heat, the lighting and all that. So pretty comfortable. Pretty comfortable here at this truck, in all trucks. So let's get this day started, because I can't get out of bed. I'm telling you, it's comfortable right now. So as I crawl out the cave, you can see that it is going to be a beautiful day. This is Interstate 75. I'm in a rest area, and believe it or not, the sound of the cars and trucks and RVs going by, it's kind of soothing. Getting in and out of these parking spaces, though, the truck on that side has already left. Most of these guys have left because they got here before I did last night. So, they're going to leave earlier than me. So, all right, guys, let me get my act together and get this day going. I don't know if you could hear that beeping in the background, but what that beeping means is that my batteries on the truck are at a point there. It's my first warning that the batteries are getting low, because I had the heater on all night. Of course, I'm watching TV, microwaved my dinner last night, so truck's still going to start, but I crank up the engine, and that way I'm not out here trying to get a jump start. But I do keep a jump pack in here, so if something ever happened, I can hopefully start it. But that's the first warning. We're in good shape. Now, here in about 5 minutes, everything will cut off because of the precautions that are already built into the truck. So everything just went off. You notice I have my light right here, but that's wired directly and not to the what's called the load side of the power switch. So let me crank this thing up, start charging the batteries, and get my day started. Well, I got the truck started. You notice those 2 gauges right there are in the red. Okay, what that means is I didn't have enough air pressure because I use what's called a cuff lock. This cuff lock right here is the equivalent of it's a theft prevention tool. So, and it's kind of like the oh man, it's kind of like the club is on a car. You know, so people steal these trucks, and believe it or not, people steal the trailers, they steal the freight. So I'm real careful about keeping mine locked, even though I'm in here. But last night I always take a long walk, and when you pull up to a truck stop, they're going to run off with it. But anyway, going back to those two gauges, that was my air pressure, and you heard that thing beeping. And what happens is when your air pressure gets down low, all of the brakes automatically engage. So it's a safety precaution. People say, oh, the brakes go out on the trucks, you know, and they do, but the natural state for brakes on one of these trucks is in the locked position, or like, you know, you have your emergency brake on, truck's not going to move. So in my opinion, it's driver negligence if things go wrong, you know. So but machines do break. You know, you could pop a spring in one of these big cans onto the truck. I'll show you that later. And if that happens, you can hear my Bible verse going off. If that happens, yeah, you can lose brakes, but it's very, very rare. So these trucks are very safe, and the manufacturers have done a great job making sure that a lot of safety protocols are built in. So my air pressure is building now, and if we look at this over here, so now you see how high the air pressure is all the way over here in the white, and I don't know if you just heard it go, that air release in the back now, since that air release happened, because it'll build up to a certain point around 140 psi, I think it is, and then it stops. So there's plenty of air pressure. And by the way, there are redundant systems. There's two air systems on the truck, so one goes out, the other one's there. So all right, it's time to get my oatmeal made, because getting kind of hungry, folks. Okay guys, I got dressed, got my peepers on and everything else, but now I'm hungry. So I figured I'd go ahead and just cook breakfast. I like to have some oatmeal in the morning, and you can see right behind me I have what I call my oatmeal bar and coffee bar. So I'm gonna get right to it. Because a truck is such a small space, you know, I happen to believe that you just gotta really clean all the time. You can't let it get dirty. So, you know, I try to have everything at arm's length, but I like to keep a disinfectant, you know, close, so that everything that I do, I keep it clean. The top of the refrigerator is kind of my table, or my cooking surface, if you will. I read somewhere that having a bowl of oatmeal every morning helps with your blood pressure, along with a lot of other things. But you know, I've really had to change my diet. Those of you that know me from back in the day, fried chicken and cheeseburgers, I thought that's all you needed to survive. I still need that to survive, but I've kind of fixed it up and gotten a little bit better at how I eat on a regular basis. Kind of greedy, so 2 packs of oatmeal. I took the trash out last night, so I had to get another garbage bag, which I like to keep right here on the armrest, so when I'm driving, if I'm snacking or something, I can just throw my trash. I can't stand trash around the truck. All right, I like a little sugar in my oatmeal, so I keep my sugar right there. I use the Old People sugar substitute. Something my dad did, he put a dash of salt, which kind of defeats the purpose, but man, is it good. perfect measurement is a Waffle House cup. I go to Waffle House so much, and there's one on Highway 231 that I go there all the time, give those folks a hard time. They actually gave me a cup, so that's how I measure out my water for the oatmeal. But I like to do like 3/4 water and then 1/4 milk. Now I'm going in the refrigerator for the first time in the morning, so I have to turn it back up, because overnight I put it on its lowest setting because I'm not going to be opening and closing it, and it saves on battery consumption. I've already pulled my dinner out for the night. Sabrina made this real good chicken soup. I have everything frozen in the freezer, but at night I take out, well, the night before I take out whatever I want to eat the next day. You know, I go through more than a gallon of milk a week. I haven't grown up. I'm still a kid. And for my old Starbucks people back in the day, yes, I still do my chocolate milk. Now, I don't like to waste a lot of plastic. What it's doing to our oceans is just, you'll get me on a soapbox. So I've had this container for over a year now, and I buy the gallon water containers, or I fill up a gallon at the house with our, we have a water dispenser, and I just keep this in the refrigerator. So there is oh, wait a minute, I forgot the butter. You can't have oatmeal without butter in it. It's the great Tia calling. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. That was the great Tia. There's nothing like a good excuse me, a good dispatcher in this business. So you want a good dispatcher that thinks ahead for you. She does an awesome job at that. She kind of calls me, and she's really cool about it, but she kind of says, here's what I think you should do. So they're thinking for you, and their objective is to keep your back full. So you want a dispatcher that has your back and keeps a good load on your back. And when I say a good load on your back, that's just a load on the truck, the trailer. So I'll be going up to Quitman, Georgia to pick up a load, take it over to St. Augustine. And because Tia's so awesome, she was already saying, okay, I can reload you and do this and that. Now remember, I said we had a death in the family. So she was kind enough to make sure that I stayed close to home, just to support Sabrina, who's doing an awesome job with this situation that we're working through. I wasn't even going to come to work. She says, no, go. All you're going to do is sit around here and look at me. So good to have good support at home too. So anyway, I'm going to head, you finished the oatmeal? Oh, oatmeal is in the microwave, by the way. That thing is really glary, huh? I probably need to get a black microwave. Anyway, hey, this was cheap. It was on sale at Walmart. Y'all know how cheap I am. But you got to match up with the stuff that you have in the truck. So I have an inverter that's 1,500 watts, I want to say. The microwave draws, well, you probably can't see it, but it draws 700 watts. I don't like to go over half of my capacity of my inverter. That makes sense? Yeah. So I'm going to put this on 4 as the magic number. So that's 4 minutes. 4 minutes from now, I will have some of the world's best oatmeal. Now, I can't compete with the oatmeal that my dad used to make. That ain't happening. But I'm getting there. I'm getting pretty close to this oatmeal. So I'm gonna eat the oatmeal, go outside and do my preacher. Well, after I eat the oatmeal, I'll go on duty. I'm not on duty yet, but I'll eat the oatmeal, go outside, walk around the truck, check under the hood, all the things that I'm supposed to check. Then I'll get this beast rolling on down the road. I'm 60 miles from Quitman, get that load. Quitman's, they do a great job, they're quick. Then I'll go over to Savannah, Georgia, and Tia is already thinking ahead where she's gonna send me next. Next week, I'll probably go way up north somewhere, which is kind of fun because I see things I've never seen. I've been to Savannah a bunch of times. I've been to, of course, Florida a bunch of times. But when I go to Wisconsin and Michigan and all those places I haven't been, I kind of like getting out and seeing new things. That's the whole purpose of this journey, is to get out and see stuff that I've never seen before. So let me get this oatmeal done. I forgot to brush my teeth, so I'll run out and brush my teeth while that's happening, and I'll show you. I got a setup for that too. It's like I have a toothbrush bar, if you will. But anyway, stay tuned. Be back in a little bit. Boy, that is what's called the world's best oatmeal. The only problem with the world's best oatmeal is that I ran out of spoons, so I've got to eat it with a fork. So I'm not going to film myself eating it because I'm probably going to be picking that bowl up, licking it. But I'm not wasting my oatmeal. And I've got some ice cold milk with it, not chocolate milk, just regular milk. Then I am off to Quitman, Georgia. So stay tuned, guys. We'll talk soon. Well, there you have it. That's me tarping this load. It's been 15 minutes in. I'm gonna go do the other side now. After I finish the other side, we'll put the X strap, what I call my security strap, so that my tarps don't flop around, and that's gonna be it. Thanks for keeping up. Well, I got the X strap on now. I just need to throw the side strap that keeps my tarp from flapping. We're out of here. Okay, we are off to Savannah. See you later. There's a line, so I can't leave, so what the heck? Time for some Oreos and milk.